Greetings, opera lovers. It's Rona, but I'm not in Pittsburgh. I'm in New York because I had some wonderful family event to attend, the birth of my first grandchild. But while I'm here, wasn't I lucky to be able to see two operas in 2 days? And because of that, I decided I would only talk about the good things that I saw and heard. On Friday night, yesterday, I went and saw my very first production at the Met of Madama Butterfly. It was the much heralded production by Anthony Minghella, unfortunately, who has since passed away. And there was a lot of talk about the puppet that played Suzuki, who played Cho-Cho-san's son. I heard a lot of good things and bad things. As far as I was concerned, it was incredibly moving. This kind of puppetry is apparently well known and often done in Japan. It is called bunraku puppetry. What happens is on the stage, there are three people who manipulate the wooden puppet. They are dressed in black, sort of camouflage, but you're very aware of them. I was curious as to see what my reaction would be, and I can tell you I was completely moved by this. In fact, I was even moved by the people who manipulated the puppet. This was one of the most beautiful, uh, complete productions I've ever seen at the Met, and it so fit the opera. There were so many touches that were Japanese. It did not look like any other butterfly production I've ever seen, and I tried to count it up in my head. I've seen about a dozen. I didn't mean to see that many, but when you go to regional operas, you're going to get a lot of butterflies, and I enjoy the opera so much, and so does my husband, Mr. Opera, so we go. And so in this one, for instance, there was a scene where people who are sort of camouflaged in black so that they are not prominent, they have these long wands with what look like origami birds at the ends. Also, these camouflage people, as I will call them, go around with paper lanterns to light up the stage. Everything is beautiful. I wish there was an easy way to describe the scenery, the gorgeous costumes, but I just can't do it justice, so I won't. I'll just say this to you. If you're interested in high-value productions, this would be one you should go to. Now, all of you know I go to the opera to hear good singing, and I was very lucky to hear some good singing on Friday night. Bryan Hymel did the role of the awful Pinkerton. But you know what? He played him so sympathetically, you're actually rooting for him. He seemed to care a great deal about Madama Butterfly. He is a wonderful presence on stage. He's a large person. He's tall and handsome. He moves about very gracefully. I think he's kind of a natural actor. And he fills the stage with his personality, and then there's his wonderful singing. He has a very good voice, a very good technique, and thrilling high notes. That's what makes the role come to life, is when he has to reach up and really move you with his singing, which he does. And so bravo to Bryan for bringing so much to a very unrewarding role. Another person who did outstandingly was the woman who played Suzuki, the young American mezzo, Elizabeth DeShong. I'm always so sad when I see such a good singer doing this role. It's such an ungrateful role. Yes, there's the lovely duet, but she doesn't have much to do. But Miss DeShong has a great career in front of her, and I wish her the best. Today, Saturday, I decided to see L'Elixir d'Amore for myself because, while I have been a very big Anna Netrebko fan for years, I've never heard her live. And so I decided I would go to the Met and experience it, and I was very glad I did. On the HD productions that I've seen and on records that I've heard, you cannot pick up everything that she does live in the house. Her voice is actually more beautiful live than it is through electronic recording. Also, in electronically transmitted recordings, sometimes she sounds thick in the middle or low part. Not today, very little in the beginning. Now, a lot of people are saying now that she has started to do some larger, more lyric roles, such as Tatiana in Eugene Onegin, that that's where her career should go. All of us who know nothing should give her advice, right? Like she hasn't done well enough on her own. Well, you know what? She sang this light coloratura role to perfection. Plus, she has that darling, natural personality. I did not feel she was fake for 1 second. She is just such the real deal. If you buy a ticket and Miss Netrebko is on stage, you're going to get your money's worth. I have a question, if anyone can answer. This is not a criticism. What was with the hat? I didn't get it. I also must say, because this is a complimentary review for everything, she looked great. Of course, she's beautiful, and she's slimmed down quite a bit and is a beautiful person on stage. She turns around and twirls. She flirts with the men in the opera. She flirts with the audience. She's just wonderful. Um, I would say something nice about Mr. Vargas, but he didn't sing. He had a substitute. So that's it for the good things. Another time I'll be more critical, but I didn't feel like saying anything negative about anybody today because I'm in the glow of new grandparenthood. On Monday night, I get to see Rusalka. I am just so thrilled. What an all-star cast. You'll be hearing from me later. In the meantime, have a great night all.